Hi students, in today's class we are going to deal with the subject social science, civics, social and political life part 2. And students, if anyone is new to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe the channel and press the bell button. Okay students, let's get into the topic on equality. Equality is a key feature of democracy and influences all aspects of its functioning. In this chapter, we are going to read about equality, what it is, why it is important in a democracy, and whether or not everyone is equal in India. Okay students, let's get into the lesson. Democracy. Democracy is a system where people are everything. People in the sense we are everything for the democracy and the government. Equality is the key feature of democracy, giving equal rights and opportunity to everyone. This is the main function of the government. And there are so many acts and such as RTI Act, Right to Information and Right to Education Act. It is compulsory. It is made compulsory that every students below the age of 13 should get compulsory education. And India is a democratic country. As you all know, India is a democratic country and the government is elected by the people. Government is by the people, for the people and of the people. And next we are going to look into the key elements of democratic government. There are totally three types of democratic government and the elements. First is the people's participation. People's participation is nothing but the people, in which what are all the activities we are participating. The main example is the voting. Next is the equality and justice. Justice is fair treatment of people. And the third one is the resolution of conflict. In a democracy, every single person should get equal right. The next topic is right to vote. It is the main important topic. Universal adult franchise. Universal adult franchise is a very important aspect of democratic societies. Universal adult franchise is it means that all adults, those who are 18 and above, the citizens have the right to vote irrespective of their social or economic background. Every citizens get one right to vote. Students, I think you know about the process of this voting. All adults 18 years and above, all the citizens have the right to vote irrespective of their class, social or economic background. Keep it in the mind, students, irrespective of their class, social or economic background. Then we are going to see kinds of inequalities. People in India experience inequality in different ways, different treatment for different castes. In rural India, we can see in the basis of caste identity, and in urban India, we can say the examples of matrimonials in TVs and in newspaper. We have to provide equal right for everyone. There should be no discrimination based on their work, their social class, or the economic background. Next, we are going to see two examples. The first one is about the Om Prakash Valmiki. He is a famous Dalit writer. In his autobiography Juthan, he writes as he had to sit away from others in the class and on to the floor. Sometimes he would have to sit away behind everybody, right near the door. Sometimes they would beat him without any reason. In his Class 4, the headmaster asked Om Prakash to sweep the school and the playground. He says that his face was covered with dust for the next couple of days, and this only came to an end when his father, who happened to be passing by, saw his son sweeping the ground instead of studying. His father immediately came and confronted the teachers, and then, walking away from the school holding Om Prakash's hand, he said loudly for all of them to hear, "You are a teacher, so I am leaving now. But remember this, much master Om Prakash will study right here in this school." This is the book of Om Prakash Valmiki named Juthan, which talks about his experience of growing up as a Dalit boy. Students, if you have any doubt regarding the story, I have given the link in the description. You can watch it. The next story is about Mr. and Mrs. Ansari, who are looking to rent an apartment in the city. They had money, and so paying the rent was no problem. They visited the first apartment, and the Ansaris liked it very much and decided to take it. However, when the landlady found out their names, She made an excuse about how she could not rent the house to someone who ate meat because the building did not have any non vegetarian residents. The same excuse was repeated in the second and third apartments. Finally, the property dealer told them that they might want to change their names and call themselves as Mr. and Mrs. Kumar. The Ansaris were reluctant to do this and decided to look some more. In the end, it took a whole month of looking at apartments before they found a landlady who was willing to give them a place or rent. Here, why they didn't get a house is because of their religion. They are Muslims, so they were denied to give a house. Students, I think we have now understood that the caste we are born into, the religion we practice, the class background we come from, whether we are male or female, these are often the things that determine why people are treated unequally. And now we look the topic recognizing dignity. When persons are treated unequally, their dignity is violated. The dignity of Om Prakash and Mr. and Mrs. Ansari was violated because of the way in which they were treated. Om Prakash and the Ansaris do not deserve to be treated like this. Is it right, children? They deserve the same respect and dignity as anyone and everyone else have in the society. Equality in Indian democracy. Right to equality. Every citizen has a right to be equally treated before the law. Legally, we can put case against anybody when you are not treated properly or equally amongst them. Indian constitution recognizes every person as equal. Every individual in the country, irrespective of their gender, caste, religion, tribe, educational and economic backgrounds, are recognized for equal. Next, provisions in the Constitution. How Constitution supports the equality, we are going to see. Everyone is equal before law, as I already said. Nobody can be discriminated against on the basis of their religion, race, caste, gender, etc. Every person has the access to all public places. Untouchability has been abolished. Everyone has the right to vote. The efforts which are taken by the government. The two ways in which the government has tried to implement the equality that is guaranteed in the constitution is first through the laws and second through government programs or schemes to help disadvantaged communities. The reason equality is guaranteed in the constitution. Second is the government programs or schemes. In that, midday meal plays the major role. Midday meal was first introduced in Tamil Nadu. Its objective is to increase the enrollment of the students. In 2001, Supreme Court asked all the state governments to begin this program in their respective states. Next topic is the inequality. Inequality still exists in the country. There are several schools in the country in which Dalit children like Om Prakash Valmiki are discriminated against and are treated unequally. Even today, there are big difference between schools that the rich attend and those the poor attend. And how to remove this inequality? It's only when the people begin to believe no one is inferior. People in the society change, inequality can be abolished. Every person deserves to be treated with dignity in this society, in this democratic country like India. And we are proud to say that India is a democratic country and no other country in the world can beat India. Issues of equality in other democracies. Issues of equality were also witnessed by many developed countries of the world like USA, Africa, etc. The first example is the African Americans in the USA. Ancestors of Africa America were slaves who were brought from Africa. They are also known as the blacks. You all know about Nelson Mandela, who fought for the freedom and the right of blacks. And now also in America, we saw incident regarding the George Floyd, who is a black and was beaten to death by a police. Before the 1950s, they were treated extremely unequally in US and denied equality through the law. Even law was not supporting them, children. And the next example is Rosa Parks. She refused to give up her seat on a bus to a white man on 1st December 1955. Her refusal had started a huge agitation against inequality and started a movement called Civil Rights Movement. Civil Rights Act of 1964 prohibited discrimination on the basis of race, religion, or national origin. And next is the Article 15 of the Indian Constitution. Children, now we finished most of the topics we have completed, and last topic is the Article 15 of the Indian Constitution. Prohibition of discrimination on grounds of religion, race, caste, sex, or place of birth, disability, liability, etc. Grants access to shops, public wells, public restaurants, hotels, and places of public entertainment. The Government of India passed the Disabilities Act in 1955. According to this law, the persons with disabilities, children, the persons with disabilities have equal right, and the government should make possible their full participation in society. And what challenges we have in this democracy? We can't consider anyone in the country as completely democratic. Challenges are also there, and it's always there. Persons or communities try to expand the idea of democracy by pushing the ideals of equality and respect. Students, now we came to the end of the lesson, and if you have any queries about the lesson, please don't hesitate to ask me. Please comment it below. I will definitely do a video on which you have not understood. And children, please don't forget to subscribe the channel, like and share it. Thank you, students.